there is massive jubilation in Simon Ekpa's cabinet because the Finnish government now, I'm a big regret. They are, saying that Simon Ekpa might be released anytime from now. And at the same time, they've tendered Bianca's secret petition finally against Simon Ekpa and the Biafra struggle. And it's looking more as if the Finnish courts are ready to finally do the needful this April. And there's massive jubilation there in Simon Ekpa's cabinet. What's your take as regards?
That's reporting breaking news from the Finnish government that Simon Ekpa is already a free man and has been busy receiving people from different parts of the world, from United States of America, Australia, Germany, just members of the Biafra government in exile. Simon Ekpa, from the report we are getting about a few hours ago, has been very busy and meeting a lot of personalities from all over the world, ahead of his release. I can tell you who have been monitoring the development so far. I want to say a big thank you to U.S. government to have sent one of the legal luminary brain of the United States of America, talking about Levi Jonathan, who has been very active with Alexander Stubb. I can tell you that he hides there. This man they call Jonathan Levy, who was once a high reputable lawyer in Washington, and of course in Pentagon, who is also in charge of security details in Pentagon in the past, before Donald Trump actually appointed him to make sure that he gets Simon Ekpa, agree negotiations legally, in court to free Simon Ekpa. And that is the beautiful news today. I can tell you that Simon Ekpa was able to receive up to 50 people on daily basis. That's the breaking news we are getting from Finland right now, meaning that ahead of Simon Ekpa's appeal, a lot of things is going to be expected. Simon Ekpa is going to be free. We want to say, yes, Gilarus, who happens to be an Iranian lawyer who was initially handling Simon Ekpa's case, has been relieved. Ever since the US-based lawyer Levi Jonathan arrived, things has turned around.
The Finnish government, are they, because the US government are fully, we've seen different factions of the Biafra government are seriously working the US Congress as regards this. Do you not think because they know that the US Congress are finally involved, that's why the Finnish government are in serious tension now, wanting to do the needful?
Stubb is in trouble. I can tell you there's so much confusion within the members of that government and even the political party, because the new development in Nigeria, has triggered serious, tension there. I learned that, there's exchange of fire and they are already causing Aso Rock, a lot of shame, a lot of things. People are debating about it now in Aso Rock. Maybe they didn't foresee it coming, that the Nigerian problem has taken a global dimension, and that the position of Simon Ekpa as a resistant element is justified now in Finland government, according to what the resolution of the parliament. But what surprises many is that Bianca Ojukwu, who happens to be Minister of State for Nigeria, in conjunction with Selina Sina, the ambassador to Nigeria. Well, it was discovered that it was no wonder they chased him away out from the airport. It was reported that Bianca Ojukwu was the one who led a secret petition, about 1,000 pages against Simon Ekpa, and presented it secretly to Alexander Stubb, because he was being pushed by the federal government of Nigeria under Bola Ahmed Tinubu and some Igbo leaders, especially the Ohanese Asanata and Igbo governors, who wanted Simon Ekpa to, but things turned around. Nigeria was totally exposed to the global community, and they have seen that Simon Ekpa was very right. Ab initio has always been right to protect his people according to United Nations right of first defense. So you can see now, Bianca Ojukwu wrote a secret petition, was behind it, and at the end of the day, they connive and compromise the process of the judiciary. That now that Donald Trump has, he said, no, he now sent his own lawyer, US lawyer, to Finland. You can see the result that Levi Jonathan has actually, came up with now, very clear. And we are hearing that on the day of the appeal, or even they have made it very clear that the secret petition written by Bianca and his people and whoever that's involved in the federal government of Nigeria, which was, I'm even learning that it was a mandate given to Bianca to make sure Simon Ekpa goes to prison in conjunction with Igbo, governors. And Bianca took that. He didn't want to be exposed. She didn't want people to know about it. So she secretly liaised with Selina Sina and compromised the process of judicial process in Finland. And today, the Finland government has tendered the same secret document, has leaked it to Simon Ekpa. And that was how a lot of people got access to that information, that it will be officially tendered in the Court of Appeal in Finland. And I'm hearing that Bianca Ojukwu is about to leave Nigeria to go and see how he's going to cover up for that sin. But unfortunately, the United States Congress and the US government, who have seen the handwriting of what's happening in Nigeria, insisted that such things should not be allowed to happen in Finland. And if anything like that happens, that Jonathan Levy, who is a legal, guru from the United States of America, will now make an official statement in that regard, and that Nigerian government, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will actually be in trouble because Bianca will be involved, Tinubu will be involved, Southeast governors will definitely be involved, including Musa and the former CDS, Chief of Army Defense Staff, or Chief of Army Staff, whatever they call it, Brutai. All of them, we are all, being singled out and being monitored. All of them are also, signatories to that petition.
So no chance of repatriating Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria?
What is happening now, I'm hearing that Simon Ekpa is going to be paid damages by the Finnish government at the end of the day, and there will be no need for any repatriation, because Nigeria and Finland has no repatriation treaty, and they cannot be seen to be going against the law. And the fear why federal government is running from pillar to post is that, Simon Ekpa's second coming, how will he look like? Now that Biafra has gotten international attention, more countries are beginning to sympathize with the Biafran struggle. If Simon Ekpa is being released by Finnish government, as we are witnessing and seeing it today, what will be the position of Asorok? And that is what the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration and other security chiefs are talking about now, because they have been alerted and they have been indicted in the process of so many errors that compromised that judgment that sent Simon Ekpa to Finnish custody.
But do you not think why the likes of Bianca wanted Simon Ekpa's downfall was they said no, Ekpa will not be the man to finally redeclare or redeclare Biafra? Do you not think that's why? But do you not think Bianca will be regretting that Dibish, should have left Simon Ekpa off the hook by allowing him to redeclare Biafra November 29, 2024?
I think she was believing that Nigeria will cover everything up and nothing will be exposed. Even the way the international community and the world leaders and nations of the world now are focusing on Nigeria, and the question of these guys, we are right actually. Simon Ekpa was right. Yes, fighting these people, like Alex Babi. Now we are seeing Alex Babi position, in Nigeria that has exposed what is going on in Nigeria the more. These are there. Okay, is it the reason why they don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to expose them? Okay, the same thing. Oh, this is wrong. Nigeria government is in trouble. That's what it means, that Nigerian government is in trouble. And these are the reasons why Donald Trump seems to be against present administration and insisting that he doesn't want to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu anywhere around him from now upwards. So those revelations now are going to put Bianca now in a very serious tight corner, and that is why he's pleading with his contacts in Finland not to allow this thing to be exposed to the public, to the media. But already such classified information documents has already been leaked, and there's nothing she can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. With that being said, do you think that Ekpa will be coming out before the end of this month after his appeal? Do you think Ekpa will finally get what he actually deserves? Because we've seen the Fulani, just like you said, they continue to buy, these militias, and Ekpa have been the one, together with the security outfit here in Southeast, they've been protecting the lives of the farmers and the good people of the Biafra nation. Do you think that if Ekpa comes out finally, do you think that Ekpa will pick up from where he stopped?
Well, it's a sign that Samoneba is going to be out this April because we have started seeing diplomatic visit to Ekpa in custody. I can tell you, our countries are coming around him. He has been meeting a lot of people on daily basis, meaning that the Finnish government has granted Simon Ekpa diplomatic access to visit us, meaning as a clear sign that he's innocent, he's not a terrorist. An unfortunate judgment, was an error. That's what the Finnish government is saying, and they are saying they are ready to pay damages to Simon Ekpa and still maintain his Biafra Finland citizenship. That is what the government of Alexander Stubb is talking about, and people are being briefed in that regard. So when they started giving you such access to visitors from all over the world, coming closer to you, that means the coast is becoming very clear, and it will be very difficult for Finland themselves now to go against the United States government decision on Simon Ekpa in Finland, that to this month he should be granted appeal, and the appeal he will be granted unconditional release. But Simon Ekpa definitely he's going to continue from where he stopped, and that is why the Aso Rock is crying. Everybody is weeping. There's so much tension in Aso Rock because he has a lot to expose on how the whole thing got to where it is today in Haiti, Finland.
Okay, we saw in Australia, we saw a new leader, coming. A lot of people are calling him the new Simon Ekpa. This man has gone to tell the global world that Nigeria has expired as a nation, that the Biafra resources is what the Nigerian government feed on and what they use to fight against the Biafrans. And now he's coming saying that he's saying Nigeria has expired as a nation. All what they want or what he needs right now is a nation called Biafra. And Aso Rock, they're in panic now. They said, who is this man again wanting to disturb or cause, bring division in Nigeria? What's the take?
Yes, a lot of people are saying that another man saying Nnamdi Kanu emerged. A lot of people are saying another POB emerged, new POB leader emerged. Another people are saying another new Biafran leader has emerged, from Germany. And I think you can see, even though that his biography has been kept secret for now, but we learn from very reliable sources that very young man is a no-nonsense human being, and he, with his connections all over the world, he is going to move mountain in that regard. But what surprises many because of the way he speaks, that Nigeria is not, there's nothing like Nigeria currently now, that Nigeria is not even existing, and that Nigeria has expired in 2014, and that the federal government knows about it, but they don't want to accept that because they want to continue to use the resources of Nigeria to manipulate until there's a forceful move, and that is what is coming with at the end of the day.
I am rejoicing first.
You are dancing.
As you can see, I am not. In fact, there is joy. Do you know what that means? I will tell you. It means that the time has come for Biafra to go.
Finally. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. It means that our effort was not in vain. It means that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not just fight to lose, he fights to win. It shows that Simon Ekman has contributed immensely for this struggle. Are you hearing me? And it means again that Ngozi Orabeze is working.
Ngozi Orabeze.
Yes, she's working. That is what it means. And let me tell you, my beloved brother, to be honest with you once again, this UN comprises many of the Muslims. They are the ones that full UN. But for them now approving our passport, it means that Biafra has been officially recognized. We have become a sovereign nation. And I want to put it to you, go and do your findings soon. Netanyahu is the one that will come and do what? And declare Biafra.
From Israel.
From Israel, yeah, Netanyahu. I quote again, Netanyahu, do your findings, Baba. He's coming to declare Biafra. He's the one that will declare it, that will announce it. That's why the UN quickly announced and recognized our passport. And let me tell you once again, listen and listen very carefully, so that when you want to talk, you know what to talk. Say what I said. What to me? You know, this Iran war, NATO disappoint America. And through it, they now see that they are not together with the NATO. And that has given them the upper hand. I mean, America, Israel, upper hand now to act without the kudos or respect to so-called the European emperors or empire. So, as I was saying, the recognition of this is the reason why, as I speak to you, they are now discussing about the Biafra issue in National Assembly. Do you know, because of this, Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu today has given go ahead of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in appeal court, which he was adamant before. Because the pressure is coming much concerning this. So they are just looking for every means in order to justify their very stupid acts, their evil acts. Are you hearing me? Against the Igbos marginalization. And funny enough, there is something you don't know. That the very little boy that was asked by, what is it called, to be arrested regarding to the Eastern massacre in Jos was planted by Donald Trump. And every information goes to Trump, live, direct. So, if you are not denying, I use this opportunity, hello, Bishop Coker Market, you that travel to Europe, to America, and deny the genocide, can you deny all this one? All this one? They say Simon Ekman is the what? The terrorist, the chief. Ever since Simon Ekman was arrested, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped and caged inside Sokoto. Did he stop killing? That is to tell you we are pure. That is to tell you Simon Ekman was not what they tagged him to be. And glory be to God that you and today have finally do what? Recognize us. And that passport that they recognize shows to you that USB is being recognized. And it shows the kudos that yes, that woman is not just a woman, but a man in a woman form.
Please, can you let us know what you mean by USB? Because it seems you are really excited.
Yeah, the USB simply means the United States of Biafra. We are the rising sun. We are the eye opener of the world, not just Africa, but the entire world. Because through us, by the time we emerge, then America too will now see another Israel from another planet. Are you hearing me? They are just seeing Israel now, but there is another hidden Israel with a hidden secret and agenda that is yet to speak or manifest or blow up. But when we come, we will tell them and we will show them and we will prove to them the stuff that Jehovah Chukwu had made us from our origin, the ancestors, our ancestral fathers. You know, say lion will always beget lion. Are you hearing me? Lion will always beget lion. We are the lion of Africa.
Okay. Biafra evangelist, we've heard you and we can feel the excitement. Talking about Donald Trump, do you think that in realization of this Biafran passport, do you think that Donald Trump and the Israeli government had a very vital role to play in this?
Of course. Yeah. Of course. They have. They do. And glory be to God. Let me just tell you, if you check the profile of Donald Trump in the case of, regarding to the case of Iran, since 1980, he has been, speaking, voicing out and pointing finger at Iran, which has finally come to pass.
Since when? Sorry, which year did you say?
I said 1980.
Okay.
Are you getting me? And if you check 1980 up to date, it should be 40-something years, 45 to 46 years, thereabout. Today is playing. And as I speak to you, this is Donald Trump. I quote again, Donald Trump said that the war in Iran is a trial and a test to NATO. And now NATO has failed. And he turned back and said to them, everybody face your war. And today, as I speak to you, America, Donald Trump vow never to sell American arms again to Europe. They want to cut off. And he want to cut off the billions of dollars that they spend in NATO on a yearly basis. So, thirdly, now they are now acting without the concept of the European kingdoms or NATO. So, if you see with the way things are going now, you will agree with me that even himself is